Salute and what is the goings? What is the goings, comrades? I'm back. To chop and to talk, bust it up or whatever. Um, Try to see where you guys catch up on where you guys have been and what you have seen. I don't know if you have been surveying the terrain, but it's been some shit going on. So let's talk. Salute encrypted views. How are you? Why oh why What? Why they mad? All right. So what's up? Welcome, you guys. How are you? I'm saying hello. I see someone dropped in. Hey, how you doing, L Blue? It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm saying hello. I was waiting for people to fall in the chat, just to kind of um, what test your mind or whatever, and see where you guys have been, and what you guys have been watching, what you have seen. Okay, because I came into something yesterday. I came into where was it? I'm trying to remember whose program it was on. Wow. See how my mind works so much. Let me try to get this. Whose program would they have been on? Okay, I don't know. I can't remember at the time. But Sir King, SK, and my daughter, you know, the lunch lady, the broke unemployed lunch lady, Ken. You know, Ken so rainbowish, but they had an exchange of words. It was brief, but I can't remember where it was. Okay, it's been so much going. Right, it is hard to keep up with, and I'm not really even like making the mental space to prioritize in that way. It's too much. It really is. Like, and it's too much just here in this space that we call a sector, but then like offline as well. Like, yeah, I don't have, I don't have it in me. I don't have it to give. Okay, I got so much love to give. Uh, but I ain't got that to give. Hey, how you doing, Auntie Donna? Thanks for dropping in. Um, that was over. Right, I was. It was at James. Okay, yeah. Okay, James, how are you? How are you, James? Okay, yeah, I saw you up there. It was a lot. It was a lot going on over there. Like, it was too much to sort out. But I was picking and choosing. But yeah, so I guess Sir King did click his link, and at one point, and I felt so robbed. I felt like I was robbed or something. But at one point, Lemon did click the link and got on, but then he dropped off. So I know that they did go live. I was able to see that. I'm just getting in, you guys. I had a long ass day myself, but I can see that he did go live. I didn't catch that yet. Okay, I'm sure Auntie Donna may have caught that. Okay, said the right people over here. But yeah, I wanted to hear Lemon. Okay, but they had words. I do know that my daughter Kim was um hallucinating a bit. Okay, it was some delusion going on. But at one point, he had typed in the chat to James, because he does a whole lot of things to bring attention towards himself when he's in chats, particularly when he's in like James chat, or particularly a homosexual or same gender loving male, who he has pet names or nicknames for, whether it's uncle or whatever. But he was like hey, what does he call James? I think he called him So he was like, hey uncle, do you want me to get up and handle so and so? But since when has James ever looked towards any chat, anywhere, towards Ken's help to handle somebody? So I'm like, it's really the delusion of it for me all. Like, and perhaps he's putting that little performance on for the new people because they don't know. Because I check his chat and I'm looking at like these people. I'm like, oh, these new people. Like, I'm not trying to shit on y'all, but y'all don't have a lot of information. Y'all need to kind of like just open up and not confine yourself to a vacuum, if you will. Over there, subscribe to this weirdo idiot who has a sick, twisted affinity for underage children in sexual ways, particularly young boys, males. This is what I'm saying. So yeah, you guys need to be fucking careful with this yuck mouth pussy. But yeah, like he went off, and then at some point he had said I'm not watching the chat. At some point, what did he say? I was just like, what did he say? Oh, he said, I think he typed this. And in the chat, he typed, oh, yeah, because Sir King will not respond to me. I don't know if that's the case, and I'm over there with Sir King. I never knew that was the case. Don't know nothing about that, like about Sir King having this thing about not responding to Queen Kim. I don't know nothing about that. But here's the reality. Queen Kim will not respond to me, his father, his daddy. Okay? I'm his E daddy. Okay? His cyber pop. That's what I am. But he won't respond to me other. He did when this first popped on, but I've been on his throats and his necks ever since. Like, and he won't come out as dick suckers. He know better. So, let me look towards the chat. Let's see. Oh, if I have an issue with my sound, you guys, please give me a heads up. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was over James. Okay, good. Notice that. I don't know what's going on YouTube. What's going on? When I tried to share your video, kept going on the screen. Wait a minute. Let me see this. Video. It kept going to my home screen. I'm having issues too. And doing this. Yo, no doubt, but I'm going to thank you anyway as if you did it, but perhaps you can try it later, Auntie, because I do like the shares do so much for me. Like, they're very beneficial to me and my channel. How are you, Dr. LaShawnee Ruse Brown? Yeah, so the shares are very helpful. Let me see. And YouTube has been doing funny shit with me. Particularly with Tracy, and I'm mad for her. But when it's been happening more often lately. You know, I don't want you guys to think like, oh, it's a thing like every time I come on, but it happened enough that I can't forget it or ignore it. But when I try to go into Tracy's chat, like, the chat thing is not available to me. Like, in other words, like, the chat opens up and fall down, and I can see all of you guys there and typing. But like where I would type, that's not even there. Like, it's not even visible. There's nothing, and I can't press nothing to make it come up. Like, it comes up when the fuck it wants. Like, I would have to leave and shit, and like I don't get it. But this has been happening. I'm like, what the? And I heard her recently mention that, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm not the only one. I think I heard Tracy mention that shit. And I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. Like, but what is that? Like, that type of hiccup in the system? What the fuck is that? A coma? Like, what would I call it? But it's real as shit. But it leaves you so dumbfounded. You like, now what do I do? Like, you'll find yourself in a corner, okay, counting the cracks in the wall while you thumb wrestle. Okay, and none of that is gonna help. I don't get it. But I just wanted to know where you guys have been, what you guys have seen. Oh, and I have found out some shit, and I have like lied about it. I'll tell you about it. Let's see. My YouTube keep crashing today. It may be a bigger issue. Okay. Thanks for that, Encrypted Views. I thought it would. Yeah, like, a lot of times I'm thinking it's just me. Like, what the hell? But no. So here's the thing. It's pretty much how I deal with information. And so it's information in the sector that I may catch wind of, but it don't mean that I take it and I run with it. So that's going to explain my half lie. So what was it, yesterday, last night, this morning, early this morning? I can't, you know, with the time, you guys, I can't get all of this shit nailed down, but I was on Tracy's platform, and it came up. You know, certain people, you know, I would like to hear it from. You know, I hear things all the time, but I wonder if it's confirmed, because I'm not always there to see it. I'm not, you know. So a lot of times, like, if I speak of something, it's because I caught up with someone and it was on their live or their broadcast, or on their, they were talking about it, you know, and that, you know, I may not have been like there at the live. I may not have caught up with the live for the confirmation. So I did hear some things about this heat, but, you know, I took it with a grain of salt. Like, I took it very in a tongue-in-cheek way, like, and so I was on Tracy's, and it came up that she deleted or terminated her page. However, it went down, like, she's no longer a content creator, I guess that's how you would describe it, or whatever. And so to me, that was a confirmation. But yeah, I did hear about it. But the half lie was I was reacting to it like it was the first time. No, it wasn't the first time. But I guess because now it's confirmed, you know what I mean? And I think when I heard it was from someone who, hey, it depends on the person. But maybe it was from a person who have a history of lying. So I never know when they telling the truth or whatever. So I didn't know if I could take it and go with it. You know what I mean? So that was the reaction. And that was the half lie. So yeah, I heard of it, but it wasn't confirmed. It wasn't substantiated as far as I was concerned. So I didn't know. Wait a minute. Oh, let me read this. Okay, I do want to talk about that. Let me see. Let's just read. Let It Rock. I never seen your account. I never seen your screen name. So it come. You have no picture. Not that if you had a picture, it would be an actual picture of you. It's just something I'm noting. I'm mentally noting that. And then I doubt. I know my subscribers. I have about roughly 700 of them, and you're not one of them. And so you drop into my chat. I can't really highlight you now because I'm not on StreamYard. I don't have that feature. I wish I did. But I'm just gonna read off your comment that you left in my chat, and it reads, "Yeah," and I guess he's referring to me, but he spells it Y-A. Why do you keep begging Tracy to share your videos? Question mark. It's getting to be much, respectfully. And then, okay, there's a second message. Let me read it. Challenge what I said. He said, challenge what I said. I don't have to challenge or defend anything that you said. That's your feelings on that is your business. That's none of my business. And apparently, I can speak for Tracy. I think this is the part that kind of fucks y'all up and gets y'all mad. But Tracy doesn't have a problem with it. And then two, Tracy raised issue with it. The rest of you guys that pick issue with it and come under these, what I would make out and deem to be fake accounts, but y'all can lick out of my ass with a curly straw from the front. I'm just saying. That's what y'all can do. So you can take your feet. That's not your feelings on that, or whether you feel that it's begging or not. I can beg with Tracy, and it's not a bitch or illegitimate bastard that's going to do anything about it. You feel me? Because that's what I can do. I can do that. You know, so let Tracy pick issue with it. Okay, then me or her can have it out. But if it's not Tracy, because I'm going to Tracy for that. But if it's not Tracy, it's not none of you peons that can tell me shit, especially when you don't support me. You know what I mean? So I don't even get to feel that you like me. You ain't here to uplift me. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, you can eat the curds underneath the folds of my foreskin. I don't give a fuck. I'm just letting you know. You know, so moving on. So what were we talking about? What were we talking about, you guys? What the fuck you talking about? What were we discussing? I'm sorry for that little interruption. Okay. He's saying it's called etiquette, but no, it's not. It's called that. Is your feelings on that is not none of my business, and it's not none of Tracy's business. If she don't have an issue with it, if she don't pick issue with it or say anything, I think you mad because in this sector I do have someone that I can turn to and ask for that type of support, and she's there for me. But to be honest, she was there for me when I was just a fucking caller. To be honest. But I couldn't even say a subscriber because I didn't even have a fucking YouTube account open. And some of you guys, not all of you guys, I think some of you guys understood it, but it was other people that thought they could put me on trial. It was like, wait a minute, how could you see us and watch us if you don't have an account? Easy. If I have a setup that I had before YouTube and Google became one. See how simple that is? Because that's when you could you could watch YouTube without having an account. It was just certain things that you could not do, like type in the comments, or I guess like join chats. But me joining chats is a year old. Everybody here knows that. Let me see. Let's see. So, Blue. We were speaking. He leaving. Right. Okay. I'll try to get back to that, L Blue. Thank you so much for putting me up. Okay. You showing your colors back to the heat. You don't have to explain. Remember? Well, yeah, but why can't I show my colors after you showing yours? Like, it's all appropriate. Like, all I'm doing is matching, to be honest. I'm not showing my colors by myself. And yours seems to be rainbowish. But I don't know who's behind that account. But that's what y'all do. Let's see. Miss Douglas, how are you, Miss Douglas? Thanks for joining me. Hey, this is my first time. and you're live, but you wrote live. And I'm glad to be here, smooching. Thank you. How you doing, Miss Paulette? Yeah, but it's nothing but a little troll. But they come through and it's like, yeah, it's my first time seeing you. This is some heck of a fucking introduction. Darn it. And I know y'all do that to take people off that square. I kind of picked up that sense even before I was a content creator. It's pretty much the same typical shit. But yeah, so she left, and so it was my first time, getting to respond to it, I guess, live and before an audience, especially an audience larger than mine, right? So, I kind of gave it to you guys like it was my first time hearing it. But I guess it officially was my first time believing it. It felt like it was confirmed. And I kind of want to double down on that. Like, it's not, oh gosh, it's not a good trait or beneficial trait characteristic to have, like, if you're going to be on here, like, especially as a content creator, like, because people going to target you, because that's what they do. Like, I don't write the rules to this shit. I just sit back and observe it and watch it all, like, unfold and play out. And then we all get to sit back and say, see, I told y'all. Like, it's the same thing. Like, so, like, you're not going to be any different, and then you're very outspoken, and nothing's wrong with that. But when you have, like, Trackstar feed, something's wrong with that. Like, it don't help. Like, when you can't run from this shit. Like, people would dox your hair followers. Like, they will find you. Like, that's the whole point. Like, if they want to, like, these people are pressed. Like, and they be skilled, like, but they won't put it to good use. Like, that's the whole thing. These people will find out if you had an abortion in your past. It's just that serious to them, because they don't have lives. That's the whole deal. But yeah, this is where you set yourself. You're welcome to the beach, okay? Wait a minute, hold on. Hey, Slabby. Welcome. Slabby. Thank you. Hey, Bubbles. Yeah, like, and then they start running. But there was a little mixy, I guess. And the girly language did come out. I told y'all, I always get jealous of my daughter, Ken. When he's, like, more proficient, like, in the gay language and the LGBT lingo than I am. Like, all savvy, and all adjusted. Like, it's like, where did you get that from? Because you didn't learn it here. You, like, when you introduce yourself to us, like, you already had all of that shit intact. Like, it was like first nature. Not second nature, first nature. Like, the fuck? It's like he's anointed, like, in the gay lingo. Like, but I heard he was like, girl. Like, I was like, okay, here we go. And it's just, I'm serious. Like, I get envious. Like, because how do you depict yourself and portray yourself as being a heterosexual and get away with all of this? Like it's the damn gall and the privilege of it all. Like how do y'all like pretend like and go along with that little charade that he does, like when he pretends to be heterosexual and y'all go for, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little envious of yeah, I get envious. It's jealousy. And I get a little envious of misunderstood. Like where she gets to say that she's heterosexual but openly admits that she deals with women and that she'll take on relationships with women. Like loving relationships. Like, but it's just the way that she identifies it. Because I'm like, I can never do that. Like, you guys would never allow me to. Like, because when I use appropriate shit to identify with, you guys try to act like I'm cutting corners or somehow cheating. When the shit that I identify all fits. Like, but you guys will not allow, well, I don't really like have anything towards women, like in terms of sexual attractions, where I can say like I have a sexual orientation. Like, but let's say that I did, you guys. Let's say that I was bisexual. Just for the sake of this argument, let's say that I was pansexual. Let's say all of this shit. What I'm telling you, as a black man, you guys will not allow me to be in your faces saying that I'm heterosexual, but I do deal with men, and I am open to having relationships even today. Like with loving relationships, lasting relationships, even marriage with these men. But I'm heterosexual. Y'all will not allow me to do that. So it's something going on. Like it's some hypocrisy on y'all part, too, going on with that. I just want to put that out there. Okay, it's enough blame for everybody. But yeah, like how y'all just accept that. And it's not to be questioned, but when I use appropriate phrases and descriptors to identify with, I'm to be checked and challenged. I'm to be made out as if I'm cheating the system somehow and trying to get away with something. And that I'm semi-closeted because of it. Because of how I identify. See, that's the shit I'm talking about. And y'all don't allow that shit to go around. Y'all think that y'all can choose me for that. And I'm not the one or the two for that. Like I do, I be peeping the hypocrisy, but it be closed mouths, you know, when it comes to passing, you know, who's now for some reason same gender loving. It's like, how did you switch up, like in your 50s? Like, okay, now we changing orientations. Like how so? No one checks you on this. No one says anything. So, you know, and not no one down to the dotted I's and T's. But yeah, like in this sector, like where everybody is set to be 10 toes down and you ain't gonna play in my face and there ain't gonna be no back pedaling and pussy popping around me. Yes, nobody. Y'all sit right under his tutelage. Okay, with your hands folded. I'll be watching. I'm like, oh my God, y'all become good little students and sit over there with your hands crossed and your legs folded. The males too, legs folded. The fuck? Wait a minute, let me see. It reads, Slabby, I want you to stop supporting something that is not a good look for you. Wu-Cha. Say that I don't disagree with the last part when it says it's not a good look for you. But the first part, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to take that position with Slappy or really anybody. I resist that part. But Slappy do be kind of like championing him. And then I'm like, okay, well, you got it. You know, I'm like, that's yours. That's yours to keep. But I mean, it's all good because you know how people are going to end this. Everybody like who they like, you know. So that's what I'm recognizing and moving on. And that's why I would never say the first part. It's kind of like bold. Let's say. Miss Paulette Wu-Cha, it's a double standard. And I think it'll always be one. Right. And it's the nerve of the people who think that you can't call them out, though, on their double standards. It's like, okay, you can have that, but don't think that I don't see shit. Like, because y'all bring, and I'm going to see it like double, like, oh, I don't know, like 100 times more than the average person here, because when the when the arguers and the antagonists come out, they aim at me, you know, while ignoring the others. That's the whole point. Like, and even when I'm not in violation, I still have to show and qualify and prove that I never was. So that means like I catch heat when it appears like I'm cheating like too close to the line of cheating or getting away with not being honest or open or transparent about something. Even when I didn't make the violation yet. It's that whole slippery slope, like he's too close to that the parameters. Like, so we can go on and say it's that he's being closeted. We could go on because that was close enough. But when people are actually being that way, nothing is said. Nothing. And you think I don't see it? From the same people, I'll be like, you guys, I'll be logging the same people. Like, it's literally people that call me out, like, during my phone days, like before the proliferation of StreamYard, before all of that was widespread and common here. Like, who would get on these phones and on StreamYards too, and call me out about the SGL people. These people, I know who they are. This is what I'm telling you. These people sit themselves underneath Jay Wilson when he's saying same gender love and same gender, and they will not challenge him in the way that they challenge me because they're fucking pets. They got their face up his ass. They're brown noses. They're weak. And I'm saying if it, of course they was wrong. Of course I shut the shit down with logic and reason when I finally did get to address them. But what I'm saying is that why, like if they felt like that they were arguing from a sincere standpoint, why don't they challenge Pastor with it? Why wouldn't it apply, especially when his orientation has changed? Since day one, since you guys know me, I've always been the same gender loving male. I always identified that way openly. But no, like he was bisexual, like from the first time that he opened up. This before, I think when he had y'all believing he was hetero. But he never said hetero. He never came up. But from his own words, he was bisexual. But now, for some reason, now that I'm saying gender loving, he is. And no one says anything. Like aren't you, like the whole closeted arguments, and you just don't want to say you're gay, and you're just like all the bullshit that I would say when I say that I'm gay, but no one's gonna tell me how to identify. I never once said that I wasn't. But if someone asks me the question, hey, how do you identify? I'm gonna tell you how I identify, and that's just it. And so long as I'm not saying that I'm bi, and so long as I'm not saying that I'm pan, and trying to lighten the load, if you will, or to to numb the sting, or as long as I'm not saying that I'm straight, as long as I'm not saying that I'm hetero, what is your issue? As long as I'm telling you that my attraction is to males, what is y'all issue with that? As long as I'm identifying as homosexual, I do that all the time. Like, what is it? What do you, like, how could you say I'm trying to escape anything? But that's the runner that I was put through. That was the conveyor belt I'm put on. Do that with passing. To those people that did it with me, do that with passing. I challenge you, do that with passing. Apply that shit across the board. Because until you do, like what you were doing with me, which is bullshit, and really you were speaking from a place of animosity and whatever inward feelings that you try to hide because you fake as fuck. And you're most likely a homophobe, and you most likely have anti-homosexual feelings, but you single me out to do that. So do that with everyone here that identifies the same gender loving. Do that. Make sure you catch up with Charles Dawson. He's another person that identifies the same gender loving, not because of me. When I came on here day one identifying that way, He spoke out and was like, "Oh, I thought I was the only one. I also identify that way." So, like, catch up with all these motherfuckers. You know, and stop trying to be selective with the shit. Y'all fake as fuck. You know, and it's just some pseudo intellectuals on here, who you guys are um, y'all like this person. And oh shit. I told you I just came in. Let me do something with this phone. So trying to philosophize on my shit. It's like, you don't take the wrong dick out of your mouth. But yeah, I could be like that. Wait a minute, let me catch up with the chat, you guys. Okay, I know y'all drag and do everything. Okay, let me see. Okay, what's that? It's like assuming that you're a top because you sound masculine. That's a good analogy in critic views. Or it's like or assuming you're a top because you have a full beard or some shit. Like me, good analogy. Blue, tell not blue. I don't care about person's sexual preference as long as they're a good human being. Okay, I do want to kind of get to that. Okay, so I'm kind of curved to that. As long as you're a good human being, that's all that matters. L Blue, please remember Grumpy Gums for me, because I did want to talk about that. He went live. He's probably still live. I'm not even sure. It was at the time that I got on, he was live, and it was just this whole homophobic thing going on, and what he was talking about. It's weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. He's the same type of dickhead, and I guess he was talking about voters' rights, but he's the same type of dickhead that would urge black people not to vote during certain elections. Oh yeah, but I was talking about the pseudo intellect. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave y'all like in y'all little delusion. But I still think it's certain things that certain trained eyes. If people lack a trained eye, everyone has an eye, but everybody don't have a trained eye. But there's certain like pseudo intellects that have tried to pick that shit up with me on here. It's like people that you guys listen to, and you guys seem to be endearing towards, and but tried to pick that issue up with me. Yeah, like, and really speaking some really stupid, illogical, remedial shit. But y'all seem to think this person is intellectual. Go on. I'm like, and it's a lot of things that is called intellectual here that really isn't. But you know, if you speak a particular way that's away from your typical black voice, people tend to throw that at people like, oh, you're intellectual. It's like, no, like, you at least have to be reasonable to be that. And you can't, like, I don't do what a lot of you guys do. I don't merge the term intellect like with ad hominem attacks. Like, some people, that every word and every address, when y'all think that they're being intellectual, they're calling people names. They're resorting to name. That's not that's not being intellectual in my view, and it's definitely not debate. Name calling is not debate. That's something else. That's dragging. So if y'all find that entertaining, sure. But let's just be clear about what it is that y'all entertain about. Let's be clear about that. If somebody sounds like they're from the Valley, I've seen you guys do, they be like, oh, she's intellectual. I'm like, oh my God. What the fuck? That's good. Let me see. See, now I lost my place. I lost my place. Okay, no, I didn't. I'm catching up with it. Hey, how are you, Shakila? How are you, ladies? Silver Fox, I'm glad you dropped in. Okay, it's a lot of socialization. Okay, fine. What's up, peeps? Okay, we tend to forget that people get blocked for challenging the host. True. Pastor will block. Yo, okay, so encrypted views. I'm blocked by Pastor on my main account, this account, right? This is my main channel. Because he was having, so this goes back. Well, you know what? Shit comes full circle. Because now today, Grumpy Gums, I'm talking about ZX. ZX is now back on Pastor's panel. But this goes back the first go round. Okay, so we're talking about December of last year, January. We're talking about that time. And January of this year. And they were discussing the Bible. And I mentioned 3 historical figures, not from the Bible, like in written history. Because I'm smart. I know that you cannot confirm the Bible by the Bible. Okay, you can't back up the Bible by using the same source. But all I did was mention 3 names. Nothing else was. He couldn't say that I was being shady. He couldn't say anything, and he blocked me. And he blocked me. It wasn't a moderator. It was him. How do I know? Because I saw him do it. He had his camera on, and I seen him reach his fat ham hog, hungry hippo arms, and press the fucking button and block. That's how I know. And I've been blocked ever since then. He has this policy that he does, like, in order to get unblocked, and he has offered that, like, because I still go in his chat underneath my second channel, and he has offered that, like, to me and others. Well, not to me personally, because I think, like, for the first time, like, he recognized me about 2 weeks ago. Like, all this time he's been pretending like he don't know who I am, when he been knew who I was. But and when he did it, it was only because he was highlighting something that I typed in the chat. He was putting it up on the screen or whatever, but he was still making it seem like, as like, oh, well, hello, new person, like, whatever. But he was the one that blocked me. He knows who I am, all of that shit. But he was the one that did it, like, and he has a policy of, like, you have to email him and do that. I'm not emailing him, dude. Like, I don't feel you like that. Like, sure, like, I feel like it would be a good thing, like, if you would unblock me, because I never did anything to warrant you blocking me. But, like, I'm not going to do your little email policy, little procedure. You can't. Yeah, like, I'm your man, like, and I don't really fuck with you like that. But yeah, like, it would be beneficial if you was to unblock me, but I'm not doing that. Like, I already know what that's about, and I don't give in like that. I don't bow to that. Especially to beta males. Like, I already see the play and what's going on. But nah. Let me check my shit. The chat, you guys. Oh yeah, because I'm gonna read that. Let's see. Okay. People don't want to be blocked. Yeah. True. True. I behave myself too, because like I told you, I go into passes with my second account, and I behave. But that's what I was doing on my first account, to be honest. Never thought that by naming 3 historical figures, okay, the friends of King James, okay, that would land a block. It's like, Pastor, are you okay? Are you mad because I know more about this topic than you do? Like, I'm in the chat. Like, you should be focusing on ZX, okay? Who's basically telling you you're everything but a child of God, okay? All I'm doing, I ain't even talking to him. I'm talking to the chat. Why the fuck are you blocking me and watching me? That's probably why he be saying, and again. Because, like, he's losing sight of what he's doing because he's reading the fucking chat. Okay? And you're frumpy looking ass. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm not worried about anybody's sexual orientation on this platform. It's none of my business. This is Miss Douglas speaking. True that, Miss Douglas. I'm here to support the content creators and the information and the jokes and the entertainment around it, the teaching points that they have for me. No doubt, no doubt. Bubbles wrote, Charles Dawson is a cutie. From that little pic, from what I make out, um, yeah. But you can always I don't know how often they change. I only saw that one pic. I don't know how often they change it. And some people can take a really nice picture. That's all I'm saying. Remember when Queen and Insanity had her little um camera a little fell camera slip. Remember when Queen and Insanity had that? It's like, yo, like, how did you go, like, when it, who that look like? What did it originally look like? Yeah, it's like, how do you go from Chloe Belly to Craig Mack? Okay, in a camera slip. But it was the change was so drastic, and shit. But it lets me know she could take the hell out of a fucking picture. And see, I'm not that genic like how I appear on on a live video is pretty much how I appear on the fucking pig. Like, it's not like this drastic change. Like, I can't dress it up. Like what you get is what the fuck you get with me. But like, some of y'all be doing like witchcraft and voodoo. It's like, oh, hold up. It's like, how did that happen? They doing? Am I dreaming? Like, the fuck? How? How so? Like, we gonna have to talk about this. But most gay men in the sector claim to be bisexual, so I stopped challenging. Exactly. And what is up with that trend? It's like, because y'all are too old. And it's not normally like gay men like in their 20s. It's not normally that. Or like, let's say in their teens. When I say teens, I'm talking about 19, you guys. All right? That one little number. Okay? Because I would expect for this to be like a space for adults. But yeah, like, why y'all lying? Like, and then like they'll like shame you because they'll think like that you're bashing. They'll be like, oh my god, like you're almost like you're like deliberately like smearing and defaming them because you're deliberately misgendering and you just won't let this poor bisexual or this poor pansexual live in their truth. And it's like, no, like, y'all know exactly what the fuck is going on. And it's not that, or you're just not allowing this poor heterosexual male, like in the case of my daughter Kim, like, be who he is. And it's just like, no, y'all know that's not the case. Like, y'all saw this man in wigs and everything else. Like, in all the shit that I bring forth. Like, y'all seen this motherfucker in mascara. Like, with the dark shit around his eyes. I'm not talking about the shit that comes down because of his kidney failure, his renal dysfunctions. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about right, like around his eyes. Like with the lashes part. Y'all see that shit. So stop it. Y'all seen that wig and the time we was on a little lap dance video. And y'all caught up with him that made a video appealing to men. He even said, men, gentlemen, I'm speaking to you, when he was urging men to eat booty all day long, okay? And wonder why his mouth is in shambles, okay? Y'all see his teeth all brittle, breaking the fuck up? His teeth, ew. Like, his mouth stink. You know what I mean? And his teeth look like he has a diet of ashtray water. Like he drink ashtray water all day long. Okay? Y'all can't tell me shit. Oh my god. Oh, the fuck? Oh. Oh. Okay, cracked up, bleeding gums. Mouth look like it got monkeypox. Oh, my stomach hurt. Oh shit. Fuck he talking about? See? Damn. Oh Lord. Hey. I can't even go on. I got tears going in my eyes. The fuck? Wait a minute. See, I lost my place. Just because, okay, I'm at L Blue, just because someone speaks well does not mean right. That, yeah, because I agree. Because when people like over here like point out like, oh, that person is intelligent, what they're saying is they're of advanced intelligence, and that they're above average intelligence. Like when people are pointing that out, they're not just even talking about intelligence, because we're all intelligent. Yeah, like children are intelligent, babies are intelligent. But when people point it out, what they're saying is, oh, this person is above average. That's what they're saying. It's just like, how do you know that? Or pretty much based on what? Like, yeah, like on what rubric, what measurement? Because I'm not really seeing what y'all see. Let's see. Grumpy Gums loves to interact with gay men. Slappy says, hey, how are you, Mama Boo? It's good to see you. And what's up, L Blue, if I didn't say hello? I tend to miss people or think that they was here. Let's see. Bisexuality might be more palatable. Yeah, but yes, but from bisexual Bubbles, what I need you to know is from bisexual woman to bisexual man, it doesn't mean the same thing. I think it's really palatable when it's a female who's saying that she's bisexual. A lot of times when it's a man, like, you're not believed from the door. That's when you start hearing people saying stupid, ridiculous shit like, oh, I don't believe bisexuality is a thing anymore. Like when men start saying it, you know, people tend not to believe. So it kind of puts you, it also puts you like in a lying class. It doesn't mean that you are lying, but see how that double standard works. And but yeah, I guess but within the group, I guess if you're a black bisexual man, I guess it would be like a little bit of privilege that comes with that within the gay group, the homosexual group, that world, you see, because of these flaming queens worship anything that is heteronormative or anything that has more proximity to heterosexuality than gayness. So yeah, so that's why you hear no facts, no femmes. So, yeah, but yeah, like, so yeah, so it would be a little privilege in the gay world, in that little marginalized world among men. But like to everybody else, they looking at you side eye, like, are you sure about that? You see, so it's still stigma. That, like, don't think that stigma don't touch them. That's not the argument that I'm making. Like, because so long as you're non-hetero, I don't care what the fucking category is. So long in this society, so long as you're non-hetero, okay, yeah, like stigma is going to touch you in terms of your attractions and your orientation. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how you label it. That's why I understand, like, people think that I'm getting away with something when I identify as same-gender loving. As if, like, I'm not saying what it is that I'm attracted to when clearly I am. Or when I say homosexual. As if I'm not saying what I'm attracted to when clearly I am. And it's not me with the issue. It's the person. It's the antagonist that's putting themselves against me for the sake of a click or a view, or to think that you're saying something when you're really not saying anything at all. Like, you're really just showing your hand. Okay, you're not playing your cards close to your chest. That's what's happening. I peep game all the time. Exactly. You know, because I'm not just going on what you're saying. Like, I'm evaluating everything, the energy you sent it in, everything. Just like the dude that showed up earlier today in this post, semi-dragging me in a sense about calling me a beggar, calling me out a beggar, because I choose to use the support that Tracy avails to me, to my advantage, to my benefit, and with the type of work that I put out, I should, you know. People don't want to have the discussion. They want to, because really that person wanted me to have no one, to have zero, to have a donut, a other person that I can turn to when my views are lagging and suffering, or when my name is not out there, or a platform for visibility. They want me to have zero. But meanwhile, their faves have all of these networks and systems that benefits them, but they won't speak on that. They won't speak on that. And how they lend on those systems. They won't call them beggars. Their faves beg for cash apps. I don't. But that person that jumped in my thing coming at me, they won't point that out. They won't, because they want me with zero. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. And they made it their business. Like, I'm like, but hold up, like, I never seen you. Like, can we first get an introduction? Like, do you honestly want to make this, like, because, you know, first impressions are lasting ones, okay? I have a memory of a fucking crow, okay, a raven and an elephant. Like, all of them. And a whale. Like, I don't forget shit. So yeah, do you honestly want to introduce yourself, your screen name, your account to me that way? Like, is this truly your issue with me? Because clearly you don't like me and you're not here to uplift me. So why are you here? What is your end game? Like, and who sent you? And send your leader to me. Stop doing other people's dirty work. I keep telling these fucking sector lab dogs about this shit. Okay, starting with Queen Kim. You know, send your leader to me. Whoever putting you up to this shit, send them to me. I drop my lane. The fuck? This week shit going on. Let's see. Like, sexuality might be more palatable. Okay. Give me all of your devices right now. Go out top. She sounds up. Okay, right. So yeah, I haven't forgot about ZX. Yeah, he went on this little rant about like voters' rights and how gay rights, they're giving gay rights before voters' rights. And then, before I dipped out and left, what did he say? Gay marriage. He got on the thing of gay marriage. Yo, truly like fixated. Seriously. Like clinically fixated. Like obsessed. Like he was obsessing over it. I'm telling you. Like if they could hook him up to an MRI at the time that he was talking about the gay marriage, they would see like all different types of his brain. Like lighting up. Like activity like going crazy and shit. But probably most of the lighting up in the activity that they would find in his brain when he do discuss homosexual, I'm serious, because this shit has been shown through research over and over again. But it's probably would be the erogenous like shit. Like, yeah, like he's one of them people, because there is a connection between homophobic men and them also being turned on by homoerotic images. And no matter how many times they repeat this study, this experiment, it shows the same thing. Like if anything, the evidence become more overwhelming. Like every time they do it, it's just proving the last one, and sometimes they come with even more concrete results and findings. This is what I'm saying. Like, but he was talking about like homosexual marriage, and it's like, okay, fine, you can put it that way, but when you say that, like, we still aren't stupid like you, like, and we still haven't lost sight that it's still the whole thing of marriage is marriage. So when you're talking about homosexual marriage, we're not lost in the fact that you're talking about marriage equality. But he thinks that like talking points and wrapping words up in a particular way and speaking about things in a particular way and knowing when to tweak it to his advantage. Like, what I mean by that, you gotta listen to the little subtleties, the little subtle changes that he do when he's on past his platform today. I'm serious. Like, he be backpedaling and pussy popping, but it's in ways that, again, y'all untrained eyes don't pick up. Y'all think that he's still standing 10 toes down. No, like he be like one toe in it. Like, he's not planted or nothing, but he be like one toe. He be working little plays and shit like that. But shit that he once called a lifestyle, like when it's a lifestyle when he's on his platform and when he's addressing his people. But if he shut out that live and then go to Jay Wilson's live, past his live, like it could be 15 minutes later. But what I'm telling you is he's gonna mention orientation and sexuality. I peep shit like this. I be logging. And I'm like, okay, so it's no longer a lifestyle, huh? Yeah, so I be peeping shit. Like, he be doing these little tweaks, and it's like, so because sexuality is not a lifestyle, orientation is not a lifestyle. Clearly, there can be no gay lifestyle if there's no such thing as a heterosexual lifestyle, and there is no such thing as a hetero lifestyle. There's a such thing as a heterosexual attraction or orientation, but heterosexuals live a plethora, a myriad of different lifestyles, and some of these lifestyles are unrelated, like, and are divergent, and conflicting. So, and you get that with each group. You get that with bisexuals, you get that with pansexuals, you get that with homosexuals. So there is no homosexual lifestyle. But that's how you dress it up among your people, like in those hateful terms, to make them seem like your problem is not, your issue is not with them and how they exist in the world as a person, as people, as humans, but what they do. And that's a lie. That's a lie. And not only that, once you relegate it or restrict it to, oh, I only have as if you're saying something different or better. But when you say, I only have a problem with what they do, you're no longer talking about sexuality, because sexuality is based on attraction. It has nothing to do with what you do. In the same way that there is a such thing as a heterosexual virgin, meaning a male who is attracted to females but just didn't have the chance to have sex yet. It hasn't, the opportunity has not presented itself. It's the same. It's a such thing as bisexual virgins. It's a such thing as homosexual virgins. So you don't ever have to have sex to be a homosexual. You don't ever have to have sex. All you have to do is have an attraction to the same sex. See how that works? And I hate that I have to, with these people that y'all call intellectual, that I have to keep reminding them, like, that you moved away from the definition. Like, so now you're operating on a false premise. Like, we're not even talking the same thing anymore. Like, you did a flim flam and you think that I ain't log and follow. I see everything. Like, and that's that gets into intellectual dishonesty, because they'll pretend to you guys that they're still arguing from the original premise, the initial premise, and you're not. It's like, no, because we're no longer talking sexuality. Since now you're saying your argument is, oh, I don't have a problem with dumb per se, but it's with what they do. Like in other words, like the foul don't come into them until you do it. No, it's not. No, the foul is my attraction, period, to the same sex. That's what you have an issue with. It's not when I do it. You don't know when I do it. And you don't have to know that I do it. I can just come into a room and say, hey, my name is Young Man, I'm the homosexual Young Man. And just on that, you don't know whether I do or not, but just on the basis of hearing that, I become all these things to you in your head. So it's how I exist. It's not whether you know whether, because you don't know whether I'm doing it. And you don't know how I do it when I do it. That's another thing, that people make all these assumptions. And I'm like, whoa, how do you know I do that? Like, just because you heard or you caught up with a homosexual that does. Like, what they eat don't make me shit, and we ain't Siamese twins. Like, and I shouldn't, as an adult, I shouldn't have to remind you of that. Like, and stop acting like there's not one or two or someone who is just non-straight. They don't have to be homosexual. They can be bi, and it can be a female in your family. But don't pretend like you ain't got one tucked away somewhere in your fucking family. The fuck? Like, when you get with me now, you want to have the little what is it called? What would I call this? Like the foreign or alien discussion with me. Like, so who is the man and the woman, and how do y'all do, like, the stupid discussion that the hyper masculine black straight male want to have with you, like before audience, when this is someone that have had a same sex at least experience in his life, but he wants to take on that conversation with the open same gender loving male. So there is stigma with being open. You know, it's a lot of people that's just like me, and you guys will never know. And so, yeah, like a lot of shit that's going to hit me or I'll be targeted for, it is because I'm open with it. Because I dare to be honest. And I just hate it when the antagonist really is a male who know that they have a skeleton, who have had at least an experience. I'm not saying you do what I do, but you have had an experience with the same sex, with the male, but you want to take on that little foreign or the alien conversation, like how I'm so other from you. Like, wait a minute, so I don't get it. So, like, can it, so do your penis actually go in? Like it's stuff like that. Like, come on, like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Like, because I can tell it's more performative. It's a performance you're doing here, and really it's for the sake of you, to make you seem like so unfamiliar, like that your questions have to go so ridiculous, and you have to show like so much confusion and through it all. Like, well, I don't get it, I don't understand. Wait a minute. So you telling me, and it's just like, bro, like, I'm not doing this with you. Like, I'm not the one to do this with you, because I'll be the one to drag you and hurt your feelings. And tell you all that I picked up. Like the dumb motherfucker that know, like, even if you're not familiar with it from your own community, but when a discussion come up, it'll be the one that races. And it'll be a hyper-masculine brother, a black male, and he'll be like, wait a minute, because he'll be so loud with it and bringing so much attention to it. But like, when we're in these kind of spaces that's inclusive to the LGBT, different communities, marginalized communities, and they're sharing that same space, they gotta save face. So like, when people start like talking too rainbowish, and they'll start saying shit like top and bottom, it'll be that one brother that's loud as shit in the back, waving his hand, getting all his attention. Wait a minute, what is a top and what is a bottom? Can somebody explain that to me? Like that, brother. And it's like, bro, you already know what it is. Like, even if you never heard it, like the first time you want to pick that shit up, because you already, it's called a context clue. You already know what we're discussing currently, and we're discussing fucking sexual positions. Like who gets dominated, who submit, who like. So we already know that. So you can figure that out. Like as an intelligent adult, like a child can figure that out. Like even like it's called a context clue. Like who you fooling? So when it becomes so performative and so loud, like it's like yo, you telling on yourself. Like you've had the same sex experience, and you think doing this is gonna like hide it, like somehow. Like, you know, because secure heterosexual men don't do this. The fuck you doing? Like, you bringing attention to yourself. I know how to spot y'all too. Like stop it. You heard? Let's see. You might need a scandal to get to your nose. Okay, Bubbles. Okay. No, but I would never put out because that's a cost that I wouldn't do. Now what I would do, okay, what I've been talking about and I'm promoting is doing a tab collab and collaborating with other content creators from sharing our lives and our broadcasts for a limited period. We can go like a week or a month with another content creator to share and to promote each other that way. You know, I'm secure, Bubbles. I'm secure about the fact that when presented to a new eye or a new audience, that people they subscribe. They tend to subscribe. So I'm secure like with that piece and doing it that way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that. But I'm promoting that, and no one has reached. I got content creators all around me. Some I've done shit with. Like Slappy is one of them. You think Slappy reached out? But whoever it is, they have to be reliable on what we agree to. You know, to the amount, meaning the rate in which we share each other, and for how long it will go. Whether it's a week deal, 2 weeks deal, a month deal, like how long we would do it. But that type of commitment where you don't have to wait on happenstance or the occurrence of someone who happens to share you up. But yeah, and where it's reciprocated back. But no, the scandal kind of remind me of the fake apology. Bubbles. So yeah, like I wouldn't want to. Yeah, like isn't that fake and scripted? But that's like the fake apology deal. Like you know, like oh, it's a show. It's the holidays, y'all. It's a show. It's the holidays, but like that's to get there. And once I'm there, then what? That's another question. Once I'm there, then what? You know, I'm just the overlooked person. I just wish that the people who are subscribed to me, I kind of take that, I equate that with being on board with me. I equate being subscribed to me as liking me, at least liking me, and then supporting me in a very, I guess, light way. It's not hard support. My hard support is those who financially support me and support my channel. But I see that as like you liking me and you're on board with me and you support me. So it's when they get in my ears and be like, yo, like I'm so there for you. And they're just like, well, where the fuck are you? Like, get the fuck out of my ear, trying to give me an ear infection with your airborne lies. I ain't trying to hear it at all. Like, you know, like don't make me you don't stand like that, you know. You may just like me. Like it's light shit. Like if that. If it's not that, then you're lying. But you know, I'll grant you the benefit, but you ain't gotta embellish it. And you ain't gotta like put weight on it. Like, cause it's not what you're saying. For a lot of people that got in my ear, it's not what you said it was. Y'all ain't really dead like that. I'm just keeping it 100. And that's what I got this fucking channel to do. Shit. I wouldn't feel good, okay, in my spirit, like if I felt muzzled, you know, that I couldn't keep it 100, you know. So, yeah, and I know I'm not the popular bunch. I don't get anything from mud. But I knew I would have to grind and get it from the muscle. That I already knew. You know, I just didn't know it would be so hard getting a lot of my stereo audience over here. It's like, what the hell, y'all anti YT? Because what I talk to y'all about over here, meaning over in stereo, this is what I talk to my YouTubers about. But they don't want y'all turn people off. You know, the beef sector, that's a whole fucking turn off piece. People start wondering, like, do they have to start like scrubbing their information off the internet in order just to exist over here peacefully? You know what I mean? Because you can't just, I don't set people up and just be like, hey, the beef sector, okay? It comes with, when I mention it comes with all types of warnings, okay, and forewarnings. Because I know they'll come over here and be God. And I wouldn't do that to my people, They would be God real quick. It's shit that you wouldn't even think about. You'll be God just turning on your camera if it's something in your background that you didn't consider. And trust me, you may not get everything. You may not become savvy to everything. Because you can look around you and say, well, I clear shit up. I'ma still turn my camera on. I want to cam up. I want to show, not cam up, but I want to show my hot living room set. I want to show my hot house. And the second you do, you think that you guarded. But meanwhile, it's all types of reflections from televisions that people are making out, like the glass that's on large picture frames showing you, like shit you ain't even stop to consider because you think you got it. So yeah, I've seen it happen. Okay. Oh, y'all know who just had a little cam slip last night? Okay, I be logging. I don't miss shit. Okay, if I'm around, I don't miss it. This is what I'm telling y'all. But y'all know who had a little cam slip. And I wonder what race did he say he was before? Okay, because I peep game. Okay, and I know my peoples. Okay. But let's see. Hey, how you doing, Wild Seed? Wild Seed, were you angry with me? It seemed like you were angry with me recently. And I did reach out to you. This is when I had reached out to you. I said, did I say something? No, I said, did I do something wrong? That was my question to you, Wild Seed. But welcome. Okay, and L Blue. L Blue, I don't know what you said yup to. I'm sorry, I'm just looking towards the chat. But yeah. Damn, what the hell was I talking about? I can't remember. So it's time. Wait a minute. It was one last thing. Oh, that I wanted to share. Shit, I done made up a whole word. Not angry, but I was frustrated with you. Okay, but I needed to. Okay, we can talk. I'm sure. Well, I'm assuming. I don't really know you, but I know that I've exchanged with you, and I exchanged with you because in my mind I like you. So I would assume that we could talk about it. So why? And I do remember what was being spoke about. So none of my questions are from a place of gaslighting. But what did I do that frustrated you? Like, can you please tell me that? Hey, what is up, Big Dog Philly OG? I enjoy being in your chat, and I drop in. It's really out of support of you. But I do like what you have going on. Told you that. But while see, let me know. Because it seemed to me, how can I put this? That you felt like I was siding because of the role that I was willing to play, the role that I was willing to play between, and it just wasn't you. but I guess it would be you along with the other antagonistic comments that were targeted towards Lady Nika. It seemed like so kind of you didn't say much, and I could tell you was there because like in the chat, it was like hundreds of people in the chat. But right when your message dropped, mine's dropped right behind yours. So I was like, good, she's seen it. But I didn't get a response back from you. I think maybe later towards the live, I may have seen that you returned and came back and you began typing again. I just didn't. I don't think I brought it back up, but I wanted to. In my head, but I was just like, yeah. So please let me know. Let me look towards the chat. And it's it. Well, let me hold because I can see that you left the message. Let me read your message. Let's see. Because you made it seem that Nika was attacked by me. That shit was horrible, bro. Well, not quite. Not quite. Peace, Elbow. I like you though. So I chose to look past it now. Yeah, like I kind of felt like you flew off the handle. Like if you got that, but I don't know like from what it was that I said. So because I was on the panel at this time, I think we probably would have had better communication. Like if we were like on the same type of platform. Like if you were in the chat, I was in the chat, or if you were on the panel, I was on the panel. Of course, it would have been more clarity with that, but I was talking about a group, so I'm talking about like you along with like I can't remember these names, but one of them was Cream Corn. I think there may have been like another person. So between you three, I don't know who all said what, but some of the statements were attacks, but the ones that weren't attacks, in my eyes, I would call it antagonistic because it was personalized towards an individual. But that would be my thought. And I don't feel like I was like stepping out of my place because I'm a mod there. Like really, I gave lenience. Cause I was kind of like logging it and kind of like watching it unfold, but yeah, like if you came at me like with, I don't remember what all your statements was, but if you came at me, I'm thinking like with the statements I think that I remember came from you, like that came at Lady Nika, like yeah, like I wouldn't, yeah, like you wouldn't get like the better part of y'all man, like, and I wouldn't consider it favorable, like or positive. I wouldn't consider it positive. But I don't know who said what, but I know like somebody had mentioned like the term slave, you know what I mean? Like, so like, yeah, like, you know, like we all know the things we don't like. Let's see, because you made it seem, but I don't know who did the attack, to be honest. But there was some personalized statements that came towards her. So yeah, the whole singling out, like in the beef sector, yeah, like it could be like contentious. Like we can't overlook that. It's all in the energy. Let's see. Yeah, welcome, Big Dog. Because you made it seem that, okay, I wrote that. Even Nika said she was happy that you saw the attack by me. But see, okay, got you. Even Nika said, okay, true. Okay, but okay, now you're getting somewhere with me. And how all of the communication took place. Okay, I'm there with you there. But what you didn't see behind that, me say, oh yeah, I did see those attacks come by, being made by Wild C and Cream Corn. That's what you didn't hear. But you're right, that was said. And I'm gonna tell you why she said that. She didn't lie. Okay, so this goes back to the point where before Lady Nika came over there, and Tracy kept saying, no one, y'all know I can't do her voice, but she was like, no one attacked Lady Nika. No one attacked. And then she said, my mods Did you guys see any attacks in it? And I was the only one to say, yeah, I've seen some unfavorable things happen to her earlier by people. I saw some antagonistic things. This is what I was speaking of. We don't always get a chance to write that in the chat, but and I've seen some attacks come from her because I would consider the whole slave thing and the whole fucking attack. That's not a compliment. Like, and I'm, because I'm having this discussion with you, I'm not going to even pretend that it is. But I don't know who said that and who it came from. So, and I know I wouldn't take con to that. Like, I'll start dragging. Okay. Let's see. We didn't attack her. She wanted a reason to go live because of Tracy's comment. What was Tracy's comment though? And I'm not saying that I believe that she was there only because she was looking for a reason to go live. I'm not saying that but what was Tracy's comment? He said because of Tracy's comment. Oh, because of Tracy's title. There you go. Okay, Tracy's title. Oh, so Tracy must have had. I'm assuming that. Oh no, Tracy didn't have Lady Nika's name in it, but I think Tracy somehow however she put it in her title. I guess she was like referencing the trio, what people are calling or named the trio. I believe. Let's see. Okay, now I'm understanding more. It's okay, bro. We good. You know what I mean? No doubt, Wasi. I said she won't be treated like a slave in the chat, and right, which still isn't a compliment. Like, wait a minute. I said she won't be treated like in the chat, and you stopped it right there. But you said like in the chat, like the as opposed to the other chats that she would be treated like a slave in. So that goes to how she allows herself to be treated in certain spaces. Well, I'm saying you wouldn't get the better part of me saying that about me. That's all I'm saying. So, like, clearly you wasn't greeting her, and clearly, I mean, I guess you guys may have tension between you guys. I don't think that you guys are best friends or that you braid each other hair or glue or gel down each other's baby hairs. I don't think so. Let's see. While she is still saying, yes, I was nice to her. If that statement about the slave thing was, I was showing kindness. Oh, okay. Well, I think that she took offense to the slave reference, and I'm thinking that you said it was referring to her, but you also said like as opposed to, like, I guess the other, and I'm paraphrasing, but you said as opposed to the other, I guess, chats that she would chill in which people treat her like a slave. And I think she took offense to that, and I think I read it similarly how she read it. So I'm kind of on that side, like like on Lady Nika's, like somebody they said that about me, I'll be like, because I remember she said like, let me pick up and leave before I get to cussing people out. Like, I'm thinking like that would like bring that out in me too, like the one to do that. I don't know if she received it as kindness. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know if it reads that way to me. I don't think it does, but we can respectfully agree to disagree. Because how you put it here, I don't think that was your entire statement. The wording appears to, okay. It's true, El Blue. I guess it is. Because I'm not really even arguing the intention, but I am arguing the wording. Like in, I guess in what I got, and I think I received it the way she did. Let's see, but she doesn't go live when people actually do treat her like it's, and see what I'm talking about. So you making it clear that you see that people treat her like a slave. And so a person can have a problem with that, you know, with that being enslaved. With that being said, that hey, you're the type of person here who people at times treat like a slave. Like you endure that. Like this is how you move. Like, oh, you're the woman who at times people. So it's all in. Look, I wouldn't. It's not close to a compliment to me. Let's see. I would never equate it with being nice. Um, it kind of yeah. It could be like at the most it could be a double hand, like a double handed compliment. When them type things at the most, if at all. Let's see. Laughing out loud. YouTube is crazy. So yeah, so that's where it was. And yeah, and when it comes to her, um I when it comes to this person, but when it comes to Lady Nikki, and I can't say that I never had a problem with her, but I remember like and just some years ago, she had said some things like about me in Tracy Chat that I was not particularly fond of her. Over the years, it was about me, and it was more than once. Um, um, I hope she's not. She probably forgot, but I hope she's not. I hate when I make these things known, and the person say that never happened. Like, but I hope she's not the type of person to be like it never happened. But it was a while back, and I've gotten over that because I've seen a different side of her with my name in her mouth. I've seen a different side. So I'm thinking like, oh, like I guess I'm not public enemy number one anymore with her. So I've gotten like over it. So I've grown to be fond of her, um, and sh- in the regard that I have for her, like if she was on my channel, like in my chat, like I wouldn't allow a lot of trolling and a lot of like BS. Like this is just me and how I would do it, but like happen like around her and her likeness and her name. I just wouldn't. Like I'd be like cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. I don't know if I would like jump to the block button, but like I wouldn't. Um, it's just a regard that I had, but yeah, but yeah, like you could catch me like a year, really like up until a year and a half ago. I had a problem, I had an issue with her because I don't forget shit, and that's the whole idea. Let's see. Although you were being kind and welcoming, the word slave took away from the attention. So I get where, yeah, with the misunderstanding. And I had my thoughts just on the term, but that term, like, and when it's used, and it's usually towards us. And I don't care if it's us using it towards us, but like people don't make these type of like colorful analogies when speaking to on Caucasoids, and it's like do that shit with them. Like not so much you, I'll see, but I've seen when people have been called out about it, and they're like, huh, duh, it was a figure of speech, duh, it was a metaphor, duh, it was this. Okay, use those colorful metaphors with these pale motherfuckers. That's it. Like I only hear like these references. Yeah, like when it comes to us, and yeah, like it always. I have my thing. It's personal. It's personal. You guys won't understand it. It's very personal to me, though. Yeah, like, you know, I am Black American to the bone. Like, 22 generations in this country. My lineage goes back. Like, but it's personal. Let's see. But yeah, just notice that, like when these little slave references come up, like, and it's a lot of ways to identify it, but yeah, like like if it's like Buck Dan, like these little terms, it's like like say that shit to a Caucasoid, like yeah, like why can't I just be like retracting or backpedaling? Why I gotta be Buck dancing because I'm black? Like, find these pale people and say that shit to them. These straight, stringy hair motherfuckers. These recessive people, say that to them. Leave me out of that lingo, that language, all of that shit. You don't see me even saying, y'all don't even see me saying the N word. Like, leave me out of all of that shit. Don't put that shit on me, none of it. It's not for me to do, it's not mine. And the only reason it's y'all's, and when I say y'all's, I mean y'all that use it, that make use of it. Y'all find a reason to have it in your vocabulary, and y'all identify by nigga and bitch and hoe and all it. Y'all answer to this shit. Y'all know it's people in y'all real life who be like, yo, my nigga. Y'all be like, yo, what's up, nigga? Like, y'all do this shit. I don't. And I'm not saying that I'm better than y'all. I'm different. I'm fucking different. So I hate when it's just assumed because I'm black that I fuck with that shit. Like, I'm not your that. I'm not your N-word at all. Like, at all. But the only reason it's y'all is because y'all accepted it and internalized it and put that shit on. You're dealing with a spirit that never put that shit on. And yes, I am in the same hood that you got. And yes, I did have a similar background growing up than some of y'all, especially if you're same gender loving and you're black. Yeah, like it's a lot of commonalities that I have, but it don't mean I put it on. Like, just know it was something all my life I rejected. Just like some of that bullshit that y'all try to throw on me, like with the LGBT, which I reject to this day. And I'm never gonna stop rejecting it because I know who I am. Like, I never was a nigga or any variation of it. I never had a day in my life where I was that. I don't even like saying it. It's good. I'm black, too black. I am too wild seed, but I can't say that my two parent household, and it was both my biological parents, but I can't say that it was without problems. But yeah, I do come from a two parent. Yeah, so I did get what dad had to give and what mom had to give. Yes. And I can maybe you can relate to this, Wild Seed. Growing up, I was young. Like it got to a point where I was no longer shocked or questioning or surprised, but I can, like, my memory goes back to the time where I was like 7 and 8 and 9. I go to those years because those were the years where mom and dad was becoming more trusting of letting me out the house, not under their watchful eye, allowing me to play with children on the block, not under their supervision. But like when children in school, maybe in school, or children on the block, even if they didn't go to, because it was children on my block that did not attend the same schools. Like, like, this is how the hoods are where I am. I don't know how it is where you are, but when they found out that my dad was in the house, their jaws would drop. I'm talking about the black. Well, it was only like pretty much black children where I lived. I mean, we would get our token white people and Puerto Ricans and Filipinos and Jamaicans, stuff like that. But you would get the tokens. But their jaws would drop. And they'd be like, wait a minute, it's not your stepdad? And I'm like, no, it's my body. And they're like, really? Like, it was always, and it became like it didn't last, but it be like, children that age, you know, the bullshit that they think is like deep and important that they talk about. Yo, you should watch children, like when they call each other on the phone and they 7 and 8 and 9, and what the fuck they talk about. But like, And it be burning them to have these kind of. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. But it's them discovering the world around them and shit like that. But it would become a conversation piece every time. Like when friends of mine found out that my dad was in the house and that he lived with me, and that he gets to discipline me like my mom did. Let's see. Yeah, and so that's when I began learning, and I was no longer surprised. That's when I began learning, like, damn, like the majority, first, or that a lot of my peers, their fathers aren't there, like living with them, and that was like it was a blow. It really was a blow. Hey guys, I was very naive, very naive. I remember how old I was when I found out that I existed for too long. Because the average person, I remember finding out in a classroom setting. Oh God. But I can remember the majority, if not all the students knowing this. But it took me so long to come into the realization that every living person dies, including myself. That one day that I came into this world with an expiration date, and one day that I would die. Okay, I thought that it was on and popping for infinity for much longer than I guess my parents shielded me from this shit. But I can remember when it happened in the class, and not just the teacher, but all the students whipping their head around and saying, "Y'all man, are you okay?" Like we all gonna die. And so and with that, a lot of the students already have accepted it. So I was just at the point of learning it, So it was a blow. Like, I was damn near like crying, and I couldn't wait to come home to talk to my mom and my dad about this thing that they're teaching me in school that I needed to have confirmed by them. And they broke my heart too. They was like, "Yeah, we all going." I'm like, "But when was y'all gonna tell me?" And and that's when I had to, and the acceptance did not come instant, but I was on some like, oh my God, like I don't believe like I'm in this thing, and I ain't asked to be here, and life can be unfair, so I didn't get to go through those emotions that the other students that was like, "Are you okay?" But I thought it was on and popping forever, like infinity, like I'm here now, like the fuck. Let me see. Growing up in my neighborhood, the majority of the fathers were in the household. Oh, okay. So the few who didn't have a dad stood out. Wait a minute. Oh, so the few that didn't. Okay. That's not reflective of my background, but yeah. And there is a nuance too. So I got to get that reality, getting back on track, getting back to the topic. I got to accept that reality. I guess like regionally, like locally in my area, that a lot of my peers and the children, my age range, my generation, a lot of them didn't have fathers in the house. But then it was like a mixture and a nuance, because then I came into them that did, in a sense. Like they had like a stepdad or a father figure. And this father figure could have been so close that they called him father, which was a father, because they regarded him as that, and that was the relationship. Or it was just some people that just was like, "Oh no, my mom's boyfriend," but they still had an adult male figure, model, in the house, that had a hand in raising the child, that had a hand in disciplining the child. Okay? So then I came into that little thing. That wasn't a lot of numbers, but I'm telling you guys what I was looking at. But then when I learned that it was a lot of numbers, and the people that didn't have dads in the house, who didn't actually know who the dad was, never seen him, nothing like that. Because I remember coming into that reality, and that came later. Like, and just with the numbers that was out there, I was like, oh, no wonder that like people, like some of these children, jaws were dropping, like, and just learning, like what I thought was a norm, which was like your mom and dad are both live together, are in the home, and raising the children together. You know, it's still, even when and even in me painting it that way, and that was the structure that I had, but it's never 50-50. I just want to let you guys know that it's never that. It's always more on the woman. That's the rule. So, but yeah, but dad was there, so telling me this, telling me that, whatever. So so I had that. You know. Let's talk about the last thing. Let's see. That's true. Wait a minute, let me see. Hey, how you doing? I ain't even see you creep in, Benzone. It's good to see you. Let's see. Okay, still up. And now I'm seeing more mothers acting the same way. We really need to take care of our people. Ish, right? Is out. Oh, okay. Ish is out of control, especially with the toxic rap music. Yeah, and yeah, like, and that it's toxic, and but it's been like that. You know, I don't want to be like, oh, these new people, just because you're mumbling it or whatever. Like, it doesn't make it new. Like, it's been toxic, and I guess I wouldn't feel as strong as I do about it if so much of our people were stronger and weren't so weak that they didn't internalize it and put it on. But that's exactly what they do. And it's so much that we can't afford to lie to ourselves and be like, yo, this is a few bad apples in our community, in the black community. No, it's not. Like, it becomes the culture. Like, when our youth, because they're movers of culture, they're producers of culture, and this comes from our youth that we produce, like, with these dances, the music, even the language, like, even internet language, like, a lot of the interests, even with the trends in which fashion is going, like, a lot of that comes from the youth. And when I say youth, I'm not just only talking about a 9-year-old girl somewhere. But yeah, her too. She has influence. Like, when I'm telling y'all, there are artists named Lotto that's putting all like types of kitty type teddy bears and have videos and pinkish like kiddish type aesthetics and shit like that to appeal, because that's what they talking to with these bubblegum-ish lyrics. City Girls too. What is the dude, the gay dude from Love and Hip Hop with that BBL? Him too. He's talking to a younger audience, and they're eating this shit up and becoming it, and they internalize it. So they'll, you know, I mean, this part isn't new, but they'll begin referencing each other as bitches and hoes and answering to it. So now you're identifying with that. The same thing with the whole strip culture, that you can't see a beautiful, sexy woman in a video these days without it being like in a stripper's backdrop environment. Like, before, these sexy girls would be seen in kind of like different environments. It'd be like a party type environment, but it wouldn't be them slinging up and down poles, okay, with nothing on. Like, when the dollar bill itself that's tucked in between that bikini is larger than the bikini itself. This is what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, like, but they eat it up too much and they put it on and they wear it. And so, yeah, like, they go outside, go to school, they go outside. Like, I love eavesdropping, like, and kids are foolish enough, like, because they don't think I can hear. Like, I log everything. Like I be all up in their shit, and they're louder than what they think. Like and just like you, of course you know they curse like more than we do. Like I'm like, wait a minute, that little child is cursing like on average more than I can. Like in skill added, like totally proficient. Okay, you don't know, yeah, like you don't know your social security number, but you know like these dynamic cursing combinations. Like when you like pussy asshole, and you hear that you're a 9-year-old Muslim girl in Philly. Like something's gonna have to give. But I'll be listening to these children, yo, and they be telling it all. And you know, and yeah, I do the adult thing. Like, yo, was this me? Like, and it just makes me look at the me and mine like more like in terms of what they're fucking doing. Like on these phones, their devices and everything, yo. But these children are many adults, like but they get around you and fall in place. Like, and show you the child side. You know, leave you and become grown. And become grown as fuck. Let's see. Okay, Benzo is going off the bed. Wait a minute, as you drift off to sleep, not you falling asleep in the fucking afternoon. Okay? Because you're not in Australia. You know, on the bottom of the globe. Let's see. Listen to the land down under. You better run for cover. That boy was good. Let's see. Okay, that's true. Uncles, grandfathers, etc. used to be more present and helping to raise kids in the family. Yeah, I've seen that, but more so, if it wasn't the mother or the dad, you know what I see more so now? Grandmoms raising grandchildren. Maybe that's regional too, but it feels generational as well. But maybe that's how it looks here, where I am locally. All right, let's see. Yeah, you're right. I grew up to Death Row, okay, in the 90s, right. Said how we went from fight to power to rapping about killing our own. Right. And glamorizing killing my own. You know, any nigga can get it. I got 100 body bags. That's sad. 100 body bag. Like, it's like, really? Yeah, like, I'm glamorizing it. When I get the burner. Yeah, all glamorized. Like not even like and some of that came up like in I guess what they would call old school hip hop or whatever. Like having to defend yourself, you know, in a situation, but it was more like storytelling too. In the examples that I'm speaking of, it wasn't someone outright glamorizing the shit and acting like they became a man because they did, like it was treating that line or that lyric like that, like that's speaking to a rites of passage. Okay, this is what I'm getting. So, and then feeding it to your kids, and they know every lyric. Don't know your social security number. Let's see. I love Pop, but I understand some of his songs are toxic and a lot and hurt. Thank you, Wellesley. It's some things I admire about Tupac too. I don't think enough people do point out how toxic some of his music was, though. When people who make him a martyr tend to idolize him, the discussion is very different. So thank you for that nuance. I'm gonna take that. Cause honestly, they be putting them on honest, and I even seen like images and photographs and art and pictures with like Tupac, Martin Luther King, and Bob Marley, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, what the hell's going on? What is going on? But I've seen it. I've seen it. I was like, y'all just gonna do it like that? I'm like, is that what we're doing? Like, and just because it was a black artist who, no, like, I'm good on that. I want to look at your other art. Let's see. That's what I'm not going to do. Let's see. Rap music is basically affirmations. If you talk about death long enough, death will come. Okay? And that was Wellesley. Benzo. I work graveyard, yeah, man. Oh, okay. Oh, so your sleep is on the other side? Okay, got you. Okay. I wonder what you doing graveyard. Okay. Are you out there working the clients? I don't know, Benzo. All right, so let me know. Fill me in. Wait a minute. Ed Wellesley. Can you name me 3 R&B artists today? Hey, you guys! Since you guys are discussing R&B, and since we are discussing music, please make sure that you check out my community wall. Okay? Yes. Take some licensing on my page. Check out the videos, but check out my community wall because I did post a poll about like some like older R&B artists, them being underrated. So please check it out and please participate. Let me know. Just vote. You only have 1 vote. Let's see. I don't listen to today's music. They don't even have MB today. What's MB? Mary J. Blige? What's MB? I don't know that. And I can't say that I don't listen to today's music, but it's not with the same fervor as I did like with like 90s music and shit like that. Like, yeah, but you know, today, especially if it's R&B, I listen to today's R&B, but not like I did like in the 2000s and shit like that. But I have my artists, today's artists. I wish I can listen to some more. Let's see. Someone mentioned Chris Brown and Rihanna. I like Rihanna. So my favorite song by her is Diamonds, but I like Rihanna. What was that doing in the fancy car? We're shine together. I don't know the lyrics, but I'ma do it forever. Oh, that was Umbrella. There you go. I like Rihanna, and I like dance music, you guys. And I like pop music. So if you wonder, like, well, how could he like Rihanna? Hey, there's pop artists who I like. Yes, 90s R&B. Like that was, I feel like that was my time, and it should have never really went anywhere. But even like early 2000s, like that really was a time. Like even like remember Case, what that song he had with Foxy? Oh, touch. I don't know when that came out, but touch me, squeeze me. That was the shit. And like remember Candy Rain, my love. Do you? That was the shit. Like I ain't want that time to go. Like and even like Maya, Like all of those artists, like bring them, bring them back. Like what are they doing? Like all of them. Like Deborah Cox, all of them. Like bring them the fuck back. Like Molly like to troll me with the group 3LW. Remember that shit? With the girl. What was that shit that they teased her for? Oh, promises, promises, promises. Oh shit. I bring all of that shit back. Every man wants a woman. I want it all back, okay? To fix him up a hot meal. What they talking about? I want it all back. Okay, call me stingy. I want the '90s back. Bring that shit back. I want I want her to be around the world and I want all of that. Bring them all back. Okay. I want Patra here. Okay. I want it all. What they talking about? Say morning, morning. I just can't wait till morning. You know what I tell the girl? Girlfriend, it's time to have sex. Just bring it on, bring it all back. Bring me back, guy, all of it. Dumb ditty, baby. I want it all. And the ooh yeah, I want it all. Did it up, doubled up. I bet you remember. Yes. Let's get it. That was my time, okay? Like, I'm back, y'all, too. Like, I go into a trance sometimes. People call it, like, a nostalgic trip. But that shit, like, it be surreal. Like, when a 90s song that I love fucking come on and shit, like, when a song, and it takes me a minute to come to. I'm like, okay, I'm back, y'all. But it takes me somewhere. The music was different. Okay. Okay. And remember Diane Reeves, but she had the song Better Days, but every black person didn't know the title of it, so they was like the Grandmom song. And they started out silver gray hair, neatly combed and placed. There were 4 generations of love on her face. Remember that shit? Cause you know that was my time. You couldn't tell me nothing during that time. I thought I had the answers, all that shit. Okay, I had the little baggy. I never got the S curl. Okay, cause mom already had suspicions and shit like that, so she wouldn't let me near anything like that because that was just looking a bit little fruitcake, and she already was side eyeing. Okay. So she was like, "Nah, you're not getting no S girl, okay? There's not going to be any baby hair up in my boys in the family. Like, there ain't going to be no baby hairs going on." But I did have my little MC hand, like it was like these pants like with a drop crotch. It was like these drop crotch pants, and it was you couldn't tell me shit when I rocked them too. And I had a few of them, and I had my little paisley shirt, okay, and I had it was these like they called them house shoes. I don't know, but mine was like sneakers because mine was like Skechers. But they also in the ghetto they called them police shoes too because they was shiny and shellacky as shit. I had that too. So yo, you couldn't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? I had my little dreads on the top and shit like that. You couldn't tell me shit. Okay? I had my little vegan diet. The fuck? Let's see. And then oh yeah, that was around the time of Cross Colors. And I did like the bold colors. And we were living a single, oh, in the 90s kind of world. And I'm glad I got my girl. Keep your head up. What? That was that time. Da 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 da. It was that time. Let's see. Rihanna is, but yeah, I like Rihanna. Let's see. Lil Kim, yes, Little Kim was the truth. Like, and as far as I don't give a fuck what she looked like. That's another chapter. But she still is who she was. But yeah, like it's a lot of things that she brought forth. Um, and other people came through the door, and I don't have this attitude like they shouldn't have come through the door. Everybody has their time. Um, but yeah, Little Kim is not chopped liver at all. Like she had, it was a time where it was nothing but Little Kim, and in order for us to have what we have now, other people came in, imitating, trying to be the next Little Kim, all up until they found themselves. So, all up until they came into their own. And there's a few Lil Kim songs that I like, but yeah, it's a few. We can't pretend like she didn't have any hits too, you know. It would just take some time to think about some of them. But yeah, let's see. Oh, thank you, Mama Boo. It's that nice voice. Y'all listen to jazz. That is really good for the soul. Yeah, I must say I'm a jazz listener. Do I listen to it regularly every day? No. But do I listen to it? Yeah, like there's times where I sit my ass down and make myself listen to jazz. And there are certain jazz artists that I like. I'm not going to say like my knowledge of the jazz world is as steep as like, a jazz lover. But yeah, like there are certain jazz artists that you can mention. I would know who they are. But in R&B, and yeah, like I can like Diane Reeves. I did mention her. She's jazz. But that grandma that song that people named the grandma song, that was like a jazz song that crossed over, right? Because they had got, when it was out, it got a lot of play on the R&B stations and shit like that. But I also like just the R&B artist that has like a jazzy, I don't know, element to them, or a jazzy feel, and they do, so that can be a Sade for me. That can be an Anita Baker, who is a jazz artist, but that can be an Anita Baker for me. Yeah, like it could easily be like a Mesa, spelled Maysa, another jazz artist I like. For me, it could easily be Rachel Pharrell, even though she's not putting out like recent new music for me, or even a Layla Hathaway, easy. So let me see. Oh, someone almost snapped. I got the power. Okay, yo, why they do my girl? And she's one of my favorite artists, Martha Wash. She's one of my favorite vocalists. Like I put her up there with Mahalia Jackson. But yeah, I think that they were another group that exploited Martha Washington vocals. It was so many groups that came out that took that woman's vocals, and I believe Snap. That I got the power. That's I believe that's Martha Wash. I know her voice. Okay, let's see. Yeah, like that's my girl. Like CNC Music Factory took her vocals and did it. I think Black Box, the everybody, they took Martha Wash. What? Like her vocals ended up in so many. Yo, even the cheating bitch, the Jackson wannabe, Reby. Y'all pretend like y'all like Reby, but she's another fucking cheater. Like that's theft and shit. What is that? J Lo. like J Lo, because that one song, Centipede, that y'all like from Rebbie Jackson, the best part of the song Centipede are stolen vocals of Martha Washington. You know the part where it goes, where the woman goes high up and she's holding that note? That ain't Rebbie Jackson. And everybody liked that song only because of that bridge. where Martha, where's Martha? Like, that's Martha. That's a Martha Washington song. Like, It's Raining Men. That's Martha. That's Martha Washington. And I put her up there with Mahalia Jackson. As best black vocalist. Or vocalist, period. But let's see. I was into my Queen Latifah too. Who you calling a bitch? U-N-I-T-Y. You gotta let them know. U-N-I. That's for unity. I was with that too. But and I had my little thing for Moni Love. My sister. Can I get some sure Moni Love? Grab the mic and get done. But yeah, I was with my Moni. But then she broke off with the Native Tongues, okay? And I was all connected to that old thing too, with the Jungle Brothers, okay? And De La Soul, okay? I was all connected. I remember when Diggable Planets came out. You can get with this or that. No, that was the other group, this or that. That with the engine number 9. That's the other group. But yeah, I was there the whole fucking the era. I was there. Let's see. Hey, by request, welcome to the chat. I commented on your poll about the female singers and gave reasons why selection was not made. Okay, no doubt. I'll check that out. And I tried to make it hard by creating like a hard choice and telling people that you only get one choice. And Foxy Brown, I'm not sure who Quiet Storm is. I don't think I remember that. Oh, the name of the song, I guess. I would have to hear it. But I guess she's Bubbles is naming Lil' Kim songs. I would have to hear Quiet Storm and be like, oh yeah, now I remember. But yeah, I remember Put Your Lighters Up. Yeah. Put your lighters up. I think I remember that more than anything. And No Time. Oh yeah, No Time for Fake Ones. Oh yeah, true. Neo Soul is the closest I get to jazz. What? Not even. Let me know if you know. I doubt that you do, Bubbles, but let me know if you know Lady Alma. Let me know for Neo Soul. Let me know. Bubbles wrote Martha Wash eventually got her recognition. And quote, not true by some, not all. Rebbie ain't give her shit. So I think that was with the CC, what was that called? CC Music, CNC Music Factory. I think she had got her shit with that. Selling her music. What the fuck? And pretending like this skinny chick is her. Like, no, it's not. It ain't come from this skinny, emaciated looking hoe. It came from Martha Wash. That's it. Let's see. Her voice is anointed and very diverse. Martha Washington could do a number of things. Not attempt those genres, but she can do all of those genres. Trust and believe. She can sing anything. Hey, Slappy. I see Slappy drop back in. Let's not forget the greats from Motown. Okay. And that, yeah, like Motown, that was a whole movement. I'm so nosy. And this was before my time, you guys. Like, because I'd have been so young, I wouldn't even have an interest. When I'm older now, I have a fucking interest, okay? But I caught up that when, they used to have, like, Motown reunions, like picnics. like where they just get together and some of that shit is now on the internet. So I got to peep like like these cookouts and shit, like where you see like Marvin Gaye like getting a hot dog and a burger and going, walking a couple feet over and sitting down next to Diana Ross or some shit, like at a barbecue, what they call like a Motown reunion barbecue, some shit. Okay, I be logging. Okay, I'm everywhere. And you see like Stevie Wonder blind ass being led out somewhere to a cooler. It's like, yo, Steve, okay, what you gonna do for me? Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Same Cook, or like Sam Cooke, very underrated. Yeah, that was before my time. That's like my parents. But I do reach back and get that artist. It really depends on how influential. Because I grew up, like my first introduction to music was really me being indoctrinated and me being introduced to music by way of what? My parents' music. My dad, the shit my dad liked and the shit my mother liked. So it really was like what stuck. Like with the older shit that I like. Like when I speak about Maze and Frankie Berry, that's all my dad. Like, and even the group Chicago and Parliament and people, that's all my dad. When I started speaking about Rose Voice and what is that chick name? Oh, Patrice Rushen, and even Stacey Lattisaw, even though she was young, but that's my mother. She would play that shit. And even Stephanie Mills, my mom would play that shit. Patty, my mother. Lionel Richie and Commodore was my dad. But the Whispers, my mother. And the Isleys, my mother, believe it or not. My dad didn't really play the Whispers and the Isleys. That would be my mother. We rock, 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 rock. Steady. Steady, baby. Rock steady, baby. Ooh, rock, 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 rock. Steady. Steady. Rock steady, baby. We begin to rock. Steady. Rocking to the break of dawn. All right. Let's see, because I bet y'all remember. Let's see. Let's not forget to, Sam Cooke. It was before my time too, but I love real music, right, from my parents' time. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Because people be having me at all these different age ranges too, based on the music I sing. And I'm like, hell no. Like, but, and then, like, they don't even think, because it's not like it's some, like unknown song that I'm singing, then I can see them kind of like rushing to that assumption. But it'd be a classic. And the whole idea is a classic never goes anywhere. So it's like almost like me hearing a 7-year-old voice like sing a Jackson 5 classic, like I'll Be There, and saying like, oh, you're an old man. It's like, oh no, like they weren't around then just because they know it. Like they're going to know it. It's a classic. It never goes anywhere. Just like people are going to know the greatest love of all. You know what I mean? Like some songs just never go anywhere. Wait a minute, hold on for a sec. But yeah, if it's Tony, that's my time. Okay? There's done it, it feels good. Okay? And if it's this one, hey, dark and lovely, no one to bug you. Ooh, girl, you really got it going on. I wanna spank you. I wanna thank you. You're the reason why I sing this song. If it's that, I know it. That's my time. Okay. If it's what they call brownstone and all that TLC, that's my shit. Even some of Michael Jackson. That's my shit. All right, look. I got a thing for you, baby. Why did you spell it Barry as opposed to Barry? But yeah, Barry. Oh, you talking about the voice? Oh, you talking about my voice? Got you. Yeah, remember in the garden, that song, and it was like a collaboration with, I don't know, Barry White, Elder Bards, God, James Ingram. Who the other one? Y'all ain't gonna get me lying. But it's called In the Garden. That was my shit. Okay, show you right. Alright, Jackson. Off the wall album. Off the wall, off the living on the wall. Living on the wall. I'm Barry. Okay. Yeah, I heard when he passed that he didn't have his legal shit in order. But I don't know. I think he was married to a white woman when he passed. Let's see. All right, well, yeah, that's I guess I'll save it for next conversation, but I'm not gonna hold you guys. I know you guys rip and run. Okay, y'all everywhere. What is up, Informant Sugar? I'm seeing you for the first time. I hope you are friendly towards me, but I don't know. I've got some strange guests. But either way, I ain't scared of you. Okay? I ain't scared. But yeah. You guys, if you can please like the video for me, and if you aren't subscribed to my page, please subscribe. And this been a long live, y'all. We're talking 2 hours and 22 minutes. Y'all know I don't do this shit. Okay. So we're gonna find some music. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I ain't know y'all had it in y'all, okay, to hang out with me, but thank you so much. It's been a minute. Oh, I'll be sure. Okay. And I just posted about him too. So I have a recent video on my page. You guys, please explore the page. Take ownership of it, okay, when you're on it. On the community wall, look at my uploads and look at my lives, because there is a difference between the lives and the uploads. So I also have the skill and the ability not just to turn on a live button and yell and scream for hours with the most crafty reads, but I also have the ability and the skill to actually produce content that's not beef sector related, and skills with media and editing. Yes. So I have to big myself up. You have to be your best advocate, you guys, because nobody will do it for you. But you have to be your best advocate. Okay. No lies there. I took the time out and the patience to learn this shit. I'll see you around. Thank you guys so much. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. No doubt. I'll find some music and be out here. Wait a minute, this ain't the song I want. I want this one. Here we go.
All I gotta do is put my mind to this shit. To this shit, 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 to this shit.
Y'all not gonna have me doing no 8-hour lives or shit like that. But this has been 2 hours and 22 minutes, 24 minutes since I started. I am not doing this shit like y'all other faves, okay? It will not happen.